I came across an interesting article from Personnel Today this week entitled Demotion During Post-Pandemic Restructuring, and this identified that demotion may be a more favourable alternative to redundancies. The article concentrated on the restructuring of businesses, allowing them to meet commercial objectives, put in place more relevant methods of working and, of course, reducing wage costs. And then there was this huge warning that the process was fraught with risk. So any attempt to vary unilaterally the contract of employment will be a breach of contract. So therefore the agreement of the employee will be needed. There is a more dangerous option of terminating the employment contract and then re-engaging, but without proper due care and attention, this is likely to result in an unfair dismissal claim. The article says that care should be given to reviewing and redefining roles, and that the action could be unlawful if it results in a major detriment to the employee. It also could trigger a redundancy situation. One question, of course, is whether or not the contract allows for a variation to the terms and conditions. And even if it does allow for that variation, is it fair in all the circumstances? Therefore, it is important to consult with the employees and to follow the ACAS guidelines in doing so. This will allow the employer and the employee to explore alternative solutions. Then there is the psychological impact. Any demotion may be seen as a punitive measure, and employees may find it stressful if they lose their status. Then, will the changes be permanent or will they be temporary? Again, the object of any such process is to avoid leaving the employee feeling as if they're working under duress. And of course, the employee may identify that they are working under protest. Finally, if an employee is willing to agree to a demotion or a change in status, this will need to be reflected in the contract of employment, or at least a side letter. What the article doesn't go on to say is that in these circumstances, it would be wise to get the employee to sign a settlement agreement, and employers and even their lawyers often forget that settlement agreements can be used in these circumstances. Getting the process wrong may result in the employees resigning and claiming constructive dismissal, a breach of contract claim, potentially worth £25,000, or, if dismissed, an unfair dismissal claim, where the damages could be even more, especially if there is any element of discrimination.